Dear listeners, it's another episode today of ToastTalks with CoachBusi. Today I have one of those Toastmasters that make me happy because she is absolutely delightful. She's a Toastmaster who's committed, and it is my pleasure today to have with me as your guest Toastmaster Sandy, whose full name I always butcher, and I am not even going to start. Toastmaster Sandy, would you like to introduce yourself properly to the listeners?
Thank you so much, as I fondly call her Angie. Thank you so much. My name is Glissandra Neitzel, and I am from Ignite Toastmasters Club, which is
Woo!
situated.
Shout
That's
out,
another.
Ignite.
The club is in Johannesburg, South Africa, but I sit all the way in Germany, and I'm part of a club in South Africa. So I just want to say thank you so much, Angie, for having me on this broadcast. And I am so excited, to just encourage people, motivate people. And I have been a member since 2020
Mm-hmm.
at Ignite. And my journey has been really good. I must say that I am happy to see from where I was to where I
Mm-hmm.
have come. Thank you so much.
Absolutely awesome. And this Toastmaster world just keeps getting interesting. You are part of a club in South Africa. Good shout out there for Ignite. Ignite is one of those clubs that I would absolutely recommend anyone to join. I happen to have had the pleasure of having been their area director in the last session. They became presidents distinguished. Awesome stuff. They were amazing. A club on fire, a club that I didn't need to go to because it was time for the area director rounds, but because if I had the time, I just wanted to be in their space. Mega shout out. Ignite Toastmasters online. Visit if you would. Sandy, about you now. You joined a couple of years back and you
Yes.
said your first club was Ignite. How did you pinpoint the club to get to?
So this is how I got to know Ignite. So it was through the church that I attended in South Africa,
Mm,
because you see, in Germany it's quite difficult to attend church because it's all in German. Not that I do not know German, I did learn. I can read, write, and speak German. But
right.
Maggie Petrus was my friend for a long time, and
Mm,
she invited me to church. And then she also said, "But you know what? It's not just about church, Sandy. We have something called Toastmasters." And I was like, "Toastmasters, Mandy? What is
wow.
that? What is Toastmasters all about?"
Mm,
And she began to explain to me. And she said, "You know what? This coming Tuesday, we have a meeting at 7 p.m.
hmm
Why don't you just come, visit, be a guest, see what we are doing, and see if this is something for you?" So I did attend. I was very quiet. And when you are the first time guest, they'll catch you for those
Yes.
table topics. And oh, hold and behold, Angie, they did ask me. So with all my ums, my ahs, ooh, ooh, here and there, I did do what I could do. And Mandy started, encouraging me. She said, "Why don't you do your icebreaker?" I said,
Mm,
"Icebreaker? Icebreaker." So she explained to me. So basically, it's Mandy Petrus that walked a journey with me and helped me until I said, "Wow, this is something for me," because I know I will grow, I will benefit, and I will become a better me in the long run. And that's how I got to join Ignite Toastmasters Club.
amazing, amazing. Another shout out to Toastmaster Mandy. Is she still a Toastmaster?
Yes, she is, and she is on the Exco. She is the current VPM for Ignite Toastmasters Club.
Mega shout outs to Mandy for bringing in the amazing Glissandra into the Toastmaster world. I love it. This this mandate, if I can call it that, for Toastmasters, to get people to speak better, to be more confident, to build networks and relationships. Do you suppose, Sandy, if I said I have a journey to Germany, would it be a difficult ask for me to say, could you pick me up from the airport?
Not at all. With pleasure, I would pick you up. I know that we do not have a big international airport close by, but you should never worry about it because I'm going to come and I'm going to fetch you.
And that's the same thing. If you were in any way near me, I would definitely say, girl, you need to come and visit with me. So that speaks of the network of Toastmasters. Give me a memorable moment in your Toastmaster journey, something that strikes you, something that you say, oh my goodness, this really happened in my Toastmaster walk. Take it away.
Thank you so much. You know, it's quite a funny story that I have because I do remember when I became a member. The president was Cindy Jacobs. And Cindy Jacobs
Hmm.
said to me, Sandy, you've become a member. Yes, you have done your icebreaker, but we need you to start your pathway. And I was like, my pathway? What's my pathway all about now? And she said to me, you need to go on to Toastmaster, you need to register, and you need to find what suits you, and you need to do your pathway. So
Hmm.
do you know what I did, ladies and gentlemen? Angie, this is what I did. I took it very serious because now I'm into this Toastmaster thing and I'm saying,
Yeah.
oh, wow, these people, they're using fancy words. They're speaking
Yes,
so
they
eloquently.
do.
There's no crutch words, and I want to be that way. So I was very keen. And I remember very clearly on a Saturday when I had my day off, I finished my housework. I registered on Toastmasters. I found my pathway, leadership development. And guess what? I sat until about 9 p.m. completing all five pathways, not knowing that I just had to do one to start with, level by level. But I was so excited, Angie. Nothing could stop me. I said to my husband, don't disturb me. I have a very important thing to do. And I ran through the entire five pathways. And then I went back to President Cindy Jacob and said, oh, you know what? I have exciting news. I did all five pathways and I got five certificates. And she was like, you did what?
You,
I
you
did
did
all.
what now?
I did all five. You said to me, I need to finish. And that's how excited and enthusiastic I was about Toastmasters. And that was quite a funny story when she said, and she began to laugh. And I'm like, Madam President, why you laugh at me? I took your instruction, I ran with it. And she
Hmm.
said to me, Sandy, you are so persistent, so eager, and you had to do this slowly, nicely, step by step, but you just did it. So that is just a funny story that, I just want to share with our viewers or whoever's going to watch later on.
I absolutely love that story. Had not heard it. So that is quite funny. Now, when I think of the detail that each level goes through, girl, you were determined. I can understand you saying to your husband, back off, I'm busy here.
Don't disturb me.
Don't disturb me. I'm on a roll. Which pathway then did you finish as your first pathway?
I did leadership development.
Leadership development.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the things that you managed to pull out from that pathway that have been of great benefit to you. Because one thing I know about Toastmasters, every everything that is scripted, the levels, there is something that you're going to pick up that you will use not only for Toastmasters, but in your other life. People say in the real world, but for me, it's like the real world is Toastmasters and my faith walk. So I find it difficult to say in the real world, how do you use it? In the other world, how have you found? the benefits of Toastmasters to be of great value to you?
Angie, I'm born and brought up in India. I'm half Indian and half British. I come from a Anglo-Indian community. English is my
Mhm,
mother tongue. But coming from a different culture from India, women are quite shy, quite timid. Oh, we don't want to speak. We are not going to be speaking too loud. We need to be gentle.
mhm.
That's how our grandparents and our mom brought us up. And for me, this was like, you know what? I need to talk about my story. And what I found in doing my pathway and also being encouraged by, the people in Ignite is that I had it within me to be able to put a speech together. I have never
Mhm.
put a speech together. And I remember doing was it my icebreaker or was it my first speech, the brown-eyed baby, and I was basically talking about me and talking about my mom. And this pathways really help you understand, and it guides you in such a beautiful way to understand what is required in each pathway, in each level. So first you're going to
Absolutely.
come, you're going to introduce yourself. People want to know who you are. So I needed to do that. And then on my second level, I had to speak about a woman in power. So I did speak about Mother Teresa because,
Mm,
yes, although some say she's from Ireland, some say she's from Ukraine, but I know that she spent most of her life as a nun in Calcutta. So I choose
yes.
to speak about her. And through what she did, I was able to not only take what she did seriously and know, wow, if she, as a foreigner in India,
Hmm.
can do it, why not me, an Indian girl, sitting in Germany, doing my speech in Johannesburg? I can
Yep.
do it. Women can do it. And
Come
then I
on
did
now.
another beautiful speech in my third level, which was giving a toast, and I actually gave a toast thanking the old exco, so my toast speech was saying thank you, thank you to the old exco and welcoming the new exco. So every path has different levels, and you learn so much. It's not only that
Mm,
you get to hear what people are saying, but you actually even have to practice, as in answering questions, see if you fit
yes.
in, then match it again, see if you're right there. So it really, really helped me, Angie.
Amazing. I love that. Now, I almost choked up when you're talking about the toast because I was taken back to when I did that speech. It was in 2021 before my husband passed away. And it was in our bedroom. He was on the bed. I was standing giving my speech, and it was a surprise for him because the speech was me giving a toast for his 50th birthday. It was such a beautiful moment. And outside of Toastmasters, I don't know where else I would have had the opportunity to do that. Remember, 2021 was COVID year, 50th landmark birthday, but we could not go out and do any big things. So this toast, I remember him tearing up as I gave the toast about what a wonderful man he was, how blessed I was to have shared a lot of those 50 years with him. And it just becomes such a memorable moment. And that is again, thanks to Toastmasters. It's something now that I hold dear to my heart. And I know the club I was in, it was on a Thursday that I was giving the speech, and it was a metropolitan Toastmasters club. The thing, when you become so involved in Toastmasters, it becomes a way of life. So I love what you're saying and how all these things build up when you put the speeches together. Professionally, Sandy, what do you do if you don't mind my asking?
Sure. So, professionally, I am into HR and human resources and a secretary. That's what I did for many years. I worked in an airline and I worked also as a secretary for the principal for American International School. But Angie, moving due to my husband's work, now he's very well known. His name is Michael Neitzel. He's very well known around the world for antivirus. So,
Mhm.
because of his profession and his job, we moved. He's German now, and we met in India, married, and then he moved to US, and then from US he moved to Slovakia, and so I had to then from India go to Slovakia. And when I was there, it was Slovakia was the language, and it is a difficult language to learn. And I was like, what am I going to do here? Luckily, I found a job as a kindergarten teacher in an English kindergarten. So every country that I lived, I did different jobs.
Okay.
Professionally, I am a HR, human resource, and a secretary in that line. But having lived in different countries, I have done, name the jobs, I have done it.
I can believe that. Now, in the many jobs that you have done, do you see any of the jobs where Toastmaster skills would not have been of benefit to you? Is there one where you say, oh, as a kindergarten, whether I was a Toastmaster or not, as a kindergarten teacher, whether I was a Toastmaster or not, wouldn't have mattered? Or do you find that in any one and in every one of those career choices, career options that you've had, there has been value from Toastmasters? Tell us a bit about that.
Well, I would go with your second choice. Absolutely. In every job that I did, be it a
Mm-hmm,
kindergarten teacher, be it a cook,
mm-hmm.
a cleaner, I'm naming all that I did. I worked in a
Right.
butcher, I worked in the hotel. Currently, I'm working in a supermarket. And all these things is based around service industry. It's based around human beings and how I interact with them, how I speak with them. So
Mm,
think that Toastmasters benefits everybody, no matter what job you do, because Toastmasters is basically building you up to come out of that nutshell you put yourself in, to come
come on.
out of it, and no matter where you go, because you see, every job, I mean, no job is better than the other. Every job is a
Mm-hmm.
job, no matter what you do. And where Toastmasters plays an important role is you are dealing with people. You're not just sitting and dealing with a robot or just doing something on your own. You're dealing with people. You need to interact with people. You need to speak. You need to be able. And for me, Angie, living in Iceland and Slovakia, and I need to learn the language and communicate with people, Toastmasters is something that will build you up to be not only better yourself in the way you speak and your body language, but it encourages you and it fine tunes your personality
Mm,
to say, look, this is who I am. And it has helped me, especially in the area of communication.
absolutely amazing. Speak to me if I'm in the cleaning business. I'm a cleaner. How would Toastmasters help me as I clean? Don't I just need my cleaning utensils and I go about my job? How would I benefit from being a Toastmaster?
Well, in my situation, okay, I'll take it as when I moved newly to Germany. I started off, I was learning German in the morning, German school, and then I needed to earn a little bit of money. So there's something called a 450 euro base job here, which is non-taxable. So I was going into a company where I was cleaning, and you see, it was a computer company, and people are sitting on their desk. So I just can't go there with my gloves, with my cleaning thing and start cleaning. They're sitting there. So I needed to interact with them. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
good evening, and I also needed to show them that I'm not somebody who's just coming, doing their work and going. I needed also to talk. I needed them to see, wow, this girl is not just somebody who's not educated. Look at the way she talks. I needed to go, first and foremost, I needed to greet them, ask them how
Mm-hmm.
their day was. Can I clean your table? Would you like a cup of coffee? Or when the bosses, for example, when I had to go into the CEO's room, I had to knock and I had to say, please, can I come in? Would you like me to clean your desk now? Do I? So you're always interacting. Doesn't mean because you're a cleaner,
Wow.
your mouth is shut. No, you need to
Come on.
interact. You need to speak. I needed to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't just open the door into the CEO's room and start cleaning. I needed to
Right.
speak. And sometimes they'll say, not now, Mrs. Neitzel. Can you come back a little later? I'm going to have a meeting now, or I'm on a call now. So, communication is something that you really need. And there's where Toastmasters helps you to, come and build up, teach you how to speak politely, how to, to
Mm.
handle different situations. There can be also people that are arrogant and rude. We have them everywhere. So if you're going to, it's nice to be nice. Don't
Mm-hmm.
mistake it. But
Amen.
sometimes when they are a bit rude, you need to also say, okay, listen up now. Okay. I'm not just a cleaning girl with no knowledge. I've got a background. I've got an education. I've got a profession. It's just that I moved here and I need something to do. So, so communication is key. Communication is very important. And there's where Toastmasters will help everybody.
And what I love about that last example that you've given about dealing with difficult people, difficult situations, we are taught how to do that in
Absolutely.
Toastmasters because we have those sessions. And also just to give the feedback, I'm so grateful I have this job. However, it may be beneficial for both you and me if we treat each other this way. But again, thank you for your time. You've given feedback to somebody in the sandwich approach, the bread, the meat, the bread.
Exactly.
Absolutely good stuff. So we have established in HR, you need Toastmasters. You're going to be interviewing. One of the pathways has interviewing skills and techniques, the questions, all embedded in that. With the cleaning position, you had that. With children, I know with children it's important, the importance of eye contact. And we do that a lot in Toastmasters. You would go to their level so that they can see you eyeball to eyeball. Little things that even may have been skipped for a person who went to kindergarten school, well, to school, for school to learn how to be a kindergarten teacher. But in Toastmasters, all those things are dropped.
Yes.
Sandy, I'm going to give you 2, 3 minutes to just say anything that you'd like to share with the dear listeners who love this podcast, who keep coming because our stories are as different as can be from one guest to another. What would you like to say? Share with the listeners. Over to you.
So, dear listeners, first of all, I want to say that if you've seen me before I joined Toastmasters, I was a very shy girl, but I became confident. I became bold. I used better vocabulary, even though English was my mother tongue. I use better quality words. I stop the ums, the ahs, the ands, the maybes, you know what, and I begin to speak well. So, why am I saying this to you, dear listeners? I want to encourage those who are shy and those who are with the mindset of, I'm not good enough. I can't be better. I want to personally say, after serving as in the exco as vice president and VPPR, and even this coming Tuesday I am going to do my HPL. I want to encourage you, never underestimate yourself, because true
Mhm.
value, true quality, true talent, true gifting is embedded in you. You have
Ooh.
got it. You have got these things to make yourself better. I want to say, yes, you can do this. And you have everything, dear listeners, it takes to do it, to become a better version of yourself. It is time worth, it is, the time worth well spent to grow yourself. You begin to see, view, and become a better you with a different mindset. You will see
Mm.
the change in you. You will love the new you. You will love the new confidence. So, Toastmasters is a place where you can better yourself. And I believe in this quote that says, opportunities come, don't let it pass by. Receive new opportunities with open hands. Embrace it, embrace the change, and become a new you. Thank you, Angie.
Wow! Dear listeners, you heard it from Sandy. A challenge to you, become a new you. It doesn't matter where you're sitting. Just make that first step. Thank you so much, Sandy. I have enjoyed this discussion. I know the listeners are going to find value in this. And for somebody out there, I know your membership is about to be completed as you take on this challenge to discover yourself, rediscover yourself, and become a better you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sandy, and all the best in your journey. And I wonder what country you're going to land in next. For today, we shall end here. Over and out. Dear listeners, until the next session of ToastTalks with Coach Lucy, this is Sandy and Angie signing out. Bye.